What if the truth ain't what they told you? What if the truth got layers they buried, on purpose? See, history don't always lie. Sometimes it just omits. Everybody talks about the Tulsa Race Massacre, but almost nobody talks about how it started. They'll show you the flames. They'll show you the aftermath. But they skip past the spark, because sometimes the truth is too dangerous to explain. Let me take you back. In 1921, a 19-year-old black man named Dick Rowland worked as a shoe shiner in Tulsa, Oklahoma. On a regular afternoon, he entered the Drexel building to use the colored restroom, one of the only ones available for black people at the time, and it was located inconveniently upstairs. The only way up was a man-operated elevator run by a 17-year-old white girl named Sarah Page. Now, nobody knows exactly what happened in that elevator. Some say Dick tripped and grabbed her arm to catch himself. Some say she screamed. Some say it was just a misunderstanding. But what we do know is this: there was no physical evidence of any assault, no bruises, no trauma, no medical report, no formal complaint. In fact, Sarah Page never even pressed charges. But the headlines told a different story. The Tulsa Tribune ran an article titled, "Nab Negro for Attacking Girl in Elevator." One sentence, one accusation. And in 1921, that was enough to spark fear, panic, and retaliation, without ever stopping to verify the facts. Word spread fast. By the next day, a crowd of white citizens had gathered outside the courthouse where Dick was being held, many of them angry and armed. They weren't there for justice. They came to take matters into their own hands. Dozens of black men from the nearby Greenwood district, many of them military veterans, arrived too, not to escalate anything, but to stand guard, to protect one of their own, to make sure this didn't become another story of silent injustice. A confrontation broke out. One white man tried to take a gun from a black vet. The gun went off, and that single shot set everything in motion. What followed wasn't just chaos. It was devastation. Groups of white rioters stormed into Greenwood. They looted homes, set fire to black-owned businesses, destroyed churches, schools, and clinics. They arrested hundreds of black residents and forced them into detention centers. Many were killed. Some were never found. But here's the thing. They weren't just burning random buildings. They were destroying one of the most prosperous black communities in the country. They were burning Black Wall Street, 35 blocks of black excellence, doctor, lawyers, teachers, shop owners, black-owned hotels and grocery stores, barbershops, tailors, cafes, a hospital, even a bank. It was a community that thrived on its own terms, without handouts, without permission, and that made it powerful. This story ain't about racism. It's not about blame. It's about truth, and how fragile truth becomes when fear walks in the room, because all it took to destroy an entire community was one elevator ride, one scream, one assumption, and a society that didn't wait to hear the full story. See, truth ain't just what happened. It's why it happened. It's what got left out. It's who didn't get a voice. It's how silence became strategy and fear did the talking. And maybe that's the part we forget the most. They didn't destroy Greenwood because of what Dick did. They destroyed it because of what they thought he did. Sometimes the scariest part of truth ain't what happened. It's what was left out. This is the quote room, where words wake minds. Some things don't need a reaction, just reflection. Just a few thoughts I had on my mind.